Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode here of Banish the Doubt. In today's episode, what I want to talk about, what I want to focus on is if you're able to trust in what I am going to show you in this video, if you really are able to understand it and trust it and hold fast to it for the rest of your life, everything, and I do mean everything that you're desiring, you're wanting in your life is an absolute guarantee. So let's get right into it. Okay. So the law of attraction, I'm going to talk about Dr. David Bohm today. Dr. David Bohm today. Law of attraction, your thoughts and beliefs actively shape your reality. I mean, I could stop right there. Your thoughts and your beliefs. And I've also talked about your perceptions and your definitions about who you are in every single moment shape your reality. But your reality is nothing external to you. It's inside of you. Your reality is what you say it is in every single moment based on those beliefs, assumptions, definitions, and perceptions of yourself and of your reality. Okay? So Dr. David Bohm talked about it in this respect, the implicate order. The universe, he says, operates on two orders. One is a surface order, surface level reality. He refers to it as the explicit order. He referred to it as, he's no longer here. Who Dr. David Bohm was, he was a colleague of Einstein. He also knew Oppenheimer very well. So he is a philosopher, and he came up with these ways of describing this universe. So number one is a surface level reality he called the explicit order. And number two is a deeper hidden layer he referred to as the implicate order. So the example he gave was like waves on the ocean. We view them as separate, right? But they're not. They're intricately tied together. He said here, so the wave he refers to those as the events, the objects, and the experiences in our world. That is the explicit order, he calls. The ocean, the depths of the ocean, are the implicate order. So the waves appear independent, but they are intrinsically connected to the depths of the ocean. Now, the law of attraction continued. He says here, our thoughts and emotions are not just intangible states of mind, but energetic frequencies interacting the implicate order. So this interaction influences which patterns rise like the waves to the surface as visible reality. Okay? So your mind is an active co-creator with the universe. Keep that in mind. Okay, no pun intended, but keep that sort of in the forefront of your thinking. Your mind and the universe are intricately connected. By aligning your inner state, your beliefs, emotions, intentions, perceptions, and definitions of yourself with the deeper universal order, you shape the patterns that emerge in your life. You're doing it based off of what I just explained and what Dr. David Bohm was explaining. Our beliefs and our intentions, our assumptions and our perceptions and our definitions, we all that together, wrapped together, okay, what we do is we shape the patterns that emerge in our life. So as I've said in previous videos, it's never about anything or anybody outside of us. It only has to do with who we are in every single moment, how we see ourselves, how we define ourselves, how we perceive ourselves, what we assume to be true about ourselves and this world, and then our beliefs about that. So the implicate order is like a canvas, let's say, okay? And your vibrational energy is the brushstroke determining the reality that you paint. So again, the implicate order is a canvas. And the vibrational energy, our vibrational energy, is the brush stroke determining the reality that we paint. Now, the interplay between the mind and the universe, okay? Everything from particles to thoughts exist as energy vibrations at specific frequencies. So think of a straight line, just a solid straight line. That is pure consciousness. That is what Dr. David Bohm explained in other teachings, and Dr. Joseph Dispenza talks about. That solid straight line is absolute speed and absolute rest merging. That is pure consciousness. That means that things happen. You are everywhere, at every time, at every point of existence. You are there, and it's kind of hard to put our mind around, but that is the speed at which just a centimeter of that potential, that power, creates a universe. Will create the whole universe. Okay, so keep that in mind. Particles behave as waves of potential until observed, and then at which point, once they're observed, they collapse into a defined state. So particles behave as waves of potential. So think of whatever it is you could possibly desire. Think about desire is potential, is available in this universe, okay? Until observed. And then once they're observed, they collapse into a defined state. This interplay between energy and observation forms the backbone of how reality manifests. So potential is there until we observe it. We observe it through our imagination. And once observed, it collapses and it forms reality. So just by our desiring something means that it's already there. Creation's already finished. There's already a slide, if you will, almost like a film. There's already a slide of that available to us. But the conduit between that thought and the realization of that in this reality of ours, this 3D reality, goes back to that the intention that we have and the beliefs, perceptions, definitions, and assumptions that we have about ourselves, and the potential, us realizing that potential. Okay, so the human mind then operates as a energetic entity with thoughts and emotions emitting vibrational frequencies that interact with the universe. So we're putting those thoughts out there energetically, okay? So thoughts of a positive emotion aligned, or so thoughts aligned with the positive emotions of love, gratitude, and abundance resonate with a higher frequency. So we talked about that, okay? The particles and thoughts exist as energy vibrations at specific frequencies. So these frequencies of love, gratitude, and abundance and potential resonate at higher frequencies as opposed to opposite of that, hate, fear, competition, envy, jealousy, anger, frustration, all that. That's a much lower frequency, okay? So opportunities and experiences, okay, these resonate at a higher frequency that result in they match the same higher vibrations and frequencies, okay? So when we focus on these types of emotions of love, gratitude, and abundance, they resonate with the higher frequency, and the result is they match the same high vibrations and frequencies in the universe. So we have in our mind, and then that matches the same high vibrations and frequencies in the universe. So there's this match taking place. It's taking place every single moment of our life. It's just a matter of understanding and having the awareness and saying, okay, so what do I want? So then I'm going to mimic or match that frequency so then I can align with that. So, and that's the part. This is part of, like they say, how the life is a game and how to play it. And the game is understanding what frequencies do I want to match in the universe? What do I want to put in my mind in the universe? And then the universe will match that, because the universe doesn't see black or white, good or bad, right or wrong. It just says, okay, that's what you're thinking. This is what you're focusing on. That's what we're going to bring you. Has no, its objective is just to do whatever it is you're thinking. So now this is the natural principle of resonance. Okay, like a tuning fork. Okay, causing another of the same pitch to vibrate. Our energetic field draws experiences that mirror its frequency. So if you're operating at a frequency less than love, um, abundance, anything like that, gratitude, it's just going to mirror it. So it doesn't matter what you're thinking. You're always going to get exactly what it is that you're thinking. Understanding this, however, this dynamic empowers you to consciously shift your inner state, tuning into frequencies that align with the life you desire. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to then consciously tune into, because, like, again, the universe is like a tuning fork, causing another of the same pitch to vibrate. We're going to tune into those frequencies. Now, our belief that regardless of whatever it is, our belief of who we are, what our reality is like, forms the bedrock of the law of attraction, and it acts like the filter that determine which possibilities rise to the surface and become tangible reality. So, using the example of the waves, based off of our beliefs, right? That then changes, or it forms the type of a wave that we see, that we can see in our what's called reality, what's visible to us. Our beliefs form that. Dr. Bohm said, your beliefs are not separate, though, from the universal field. They are the very mechanism through which we interact with and shape it. Again, they are the very mechanisms through which we interact with and shape it. So, in any type of an experience or an event in our life, we want to, if it is something that is not aligned with love and abundance and prosperity, we want to stand back and say, okay, so what do I have to believe about myself that is having me react in the manner in which I am reacting? What definitions must I have of myself and of this situation that have me reacting the way I am? And is this belief in line with what I want the desires that I want to bring forth in my life? If it is, great. And if it's not, we have to realign. We have to course correct. Okay. Now, if your internal thoughts that we live, if your internal thoughts are that we live in a hostile universe, then your beliefs filter out kindness and opportunity. So if your belief is that this universe we live in is hostile, then that belief is going to filter out kindness and opportunity. Your internal energy then resonates with this perception. Again, perception, assumption, definitions, and beliefs. So the internal energy we have resonates with this perception, drawing more experiences that confirm and perpetuate the cycle of hostility, the explicate order. So, and that's the visible world. So if our belief is that this world, whatever it may be, your reality is hostile or a fearful or a dangerous world, whatever it may be, that's your belief. Your belief is, I'm not good enough. Your belief is, our family's never really had a lot of money. Of our belief is, cancer runs in our family, heart conditions, whatever it may be. That belief then filters out the opposite of that. Okay. And then that energy that's internal, that energy inside, then resonates with this perception in the universe. And the universe then says, okay, we're going to send you more experiences that confirm and perpetuate the cycle of whatever it is you're feeling. Okay? Anger, frustration, jealousy, envy, competition. We have to compete. We have to be better than the other company, better than the other person, whatever it may be. You have to grind. I was speaking with a former colleague of mine yesterday, and he is at a job where it's very, very, very competitive. And a lot of people either get fired or just quit. And he said to me, he goes, George, they just don't get it. They don't understand the grind. See, he said they don't understand the grind, that you have to grind, you have to hustle, you have to work hard, you have to take all this time away from your family in order to what? Succeed. So that is his belief. And by saying that, he then is filtering out any other opportunity to have a much more relaxed way of earning income, having money just come to him from known and unknown sources, having money just sort of have his mind. He's saying, the only way I can generate an income is through that grinding, through that constant stress and constant pressure. So that's his belief. And then the universe says, okay, well, we're going to give you then more experiences that confirm and perpetuate this cycle of grind, of hustle, of stress in order to generate an income. Okay? So that's the visible world. That's what he's going to see. There's this explicate order that reflects the chaos of your internal state, reinforcing the belief that you already hold. So the universe then says, okay, your reality is going to be that. We're just going to send you more experiences that reinforce this belief. Now, however, we want to shift to a view of abundance and possibility, a new lens, okay, through which it reorients our mind to seek out opportunities which foster meaningful relationships. So my son has the virtual reality mask, that little thing that you put on top of your eyes, right? It covers your eyes. Think of it that way. Think of it of up until this point in your life, if you're seeing your world as, not healthy. The relationships I'm in, that's what the relationship is. Okay. Think of it as taking off that one virtual reality mask and then putting on this new mask. And that virtual reality mask is the new lens, okay, that reorients your mind to seek out opportunities and foster meaningful relationships. And I have here, I am, okay, it's I am. I am pure abundance. I am love. I am prosperity. I am source energy. I am God. I am love. Experiences just come to me everywhere I look. Money just comes to me from known and unknown sources. When I'm looking at my bank account, I see whatever number is there plus, I say 6, 8, 12 zeros. I don't know, it's endless. The possibilities are endless. The only thing that stops us is our belief in the possibility. In the universe, Dr. Bohm says, no, it is. The possibilities are endless. It starts with seeing life through a new lens. Okay, so let's continue. Potentials in the universe are infinite. I want you to stop for a second. I want you to digest that. Potentials in this universe are infinite. But your belief system determines which of these potentials are actualized in your life. So if the potential of becoming a published author and a multimillionaire and having passive residual income for the rest of your life, and your generationally speaking, your family's life. Put on that new lens and see that, and only that. Become that person in every single moment. You are that person right now. It will manifest itself because, as Dr. Bohm was saying, the universe hears it and it filters out anything other than that, whatever it may be. I am perfect health. I am a millionaire. I am a multiple six-figure income generator, not an earner. I want to, it's up to you. I use generate, okay, because we generate income based off of the frequencies, the energy. Money is energy. So we generate the money based off of the energy we're putting forth into the universe. We don't earn money, we generate it. Okay. So emotions. I want to flip to that now. Emotions, they are the filter through which we see our future. Joseph Dispenza says that. It's the filter the lens through which we see our future. They are also the end product of events in our lives. He also said that. So anything that takes place in our life, any event, the end product of that is our energy in motion, okay? Deeply tied to belief, and they serve as our compass within the manifestation process. So they're deeply tied, emotions are deeply tied to these belief systems, perceptions, assumptions. They're deeply tied to that. And they serve as our compass. Where are we going? Now think about this. If you're ever on a cruise, right? The cruise ship leaves port. It doesn't just take a straight line to this destination, right? It's always sort of course correcting. Same thing with us. We're always course correcting. We're always saying, okay, we're deviating a little bit from our intention. We're going to go back on course. We're going to deviate a little bit. We're going to go back on course. This is how we want to approach every single moment of our life. So now, not just reactions to external events. Okay, so again, emotions are the filter through which we see our future. They are the end product of events in our lives, and they're deeply tied to belief and serve as your compass within the manifestation process, not just reactions to external events. You've heard me say in previous videos, when you're reacting, that's the ego. That's the false self. When we're responding, that is a conscious response. So whatever we find ourselves in a situation where maybe we're feeling emotional, understand those are the deeply held beliefs within us coming up. They are the deeply held assumptions and perceptions and definitions of ourself coming up, just like the wave on the surface of the water. Something that got internal inside of us and is churning up those emotions. When they come up, then say, okay, I'm reacting to something here external to myself, and that is forcing me, if I have the awareness, to look internal and say, okay, what is it about me? What definition do I have about myself? What assumption, perception, and belief system do I have about myself that's having me react instead of respond in this moment? When we can do that, then like a light switch, we then flip and we say, okay, now I'm going to respond based off of that's the old me, the old man the Bible talks about. I'm recognizing I'm course correcting, and I'm going to respond to this event. That's why we refer to the firefighters and police and EMT as first responders, not first reactors. Okay, you don't want anybody coming up to an accident and reacting to an accident, right? Or reacting to a situation where there's a house on fire, right? We want them to respond. We'd almost be like robotic. So they're trained to be first responders, not first reactors, okay? So rather, these emotions they're not just reactions to external events. However, they are powerful indicators of our alignment with our intention. Again, when we find ourselves reacting, the emotions are if we can become aware enough, right? That mask, they are powerful indicators, understanding that, hey, we're off course. We're not in alignment with our intention, whatever it is. Okay. So if you say you want perfect health, you want to have perfect health, whatever it may be, you're getting healthy for the new year, and you're having an emotional reaction to something, right? What are you going to reach for? Sugar, right? Because sugar is going to keep us on that chemical high, because the emotions have our chemicals reacting and our body reacts, right? That's why we say, oh, blacked out. Someone says, oh, I blacked out, or I saw red, right? There was a song back in the 80s by a band called Warrant, and the song was titled, I Saw Red. So red is what? It's emotions. Why I have red around the word emotion. I saw red. It's the emotion. It's a chemical high. Doesn't matter which emotion it is, it's just an emotion. And what we do is we have coffee, we have sugar. It's why we have carbohydrates, because it keeps our body in that altered state, that sugar high. That's why they call it a high. It's not a sugar low, it's called a sugar high, right? So this is why we reach for those types of foods. But when we're conscious and we're responding, then we can say, wait a minute, I'm going to respond. I'm going to make a conscious decision in this moment. I'm going to remember. I'm going to go connect back to my intention, right? Perfect health, lower blood pressure, lower stress levels. Okay. Just like, so the same could be, you could use this in in a variety of different examples. Hey, I'm going to go buy whatever it may be. And it's a reaction. Okay, I'm going to go buy impulsive reaction. I'm going to shop in the mall. I'm going to walk through the mall, and I'm going to go buy that shirt and all that. Oh, and I'm going to justify. Oh, but I need that sweater or whatever it may be. It's the high that we get from buying whatever it may be. But when we're responding, we're in the moment. Step back and say, wait a minute. I'm going to align with my intention, right, of being that millionaire or whatever it may be, and I'm going to recognize and I say, okay, I'm not going to purchase that impulsive purchase. So again, we could use how many different situations or examples, but this is what happens with our emotions. It's a powerful indicator of our alignment with our intentions. The observer effect. Now, this is Dr. Bohm again, the mere act of observation influences a particle's behavior. So the mere fact of observing, we just spoke about that. We stand back and we observe what we're doing. It changes the particle's behavior. Consciousness and the universe are interconnected. Again, your consciousness, your thinking, and the universe are interconnected. They are intrinsically connected. It's how we see our consciousness, how we see reality. Where you place your attention dictates the outcomes you experience. Again, where your focus is on, that dictates the experience you receive in this universe, what the universe sends to you. So if your focus, your attention, so if you're having, let's say you have some time in your day, and now I'm recording this video, and it's the weekend, and you have downtime. Where you place your attention dictates the outcomes we experience. So we have downtime, and we say, okay, so I'm going to read a book. I'm going to watch a video. I'm going to meditate and take a few minutes and meditate. I'm just going to quiet my mind and reconnect to that intention. I'm going to become very intentional about how I live my life, specifically moment to moment, because my awareness, right, that virtual reality mask that I have on, I'm going to keep focusing. I'm going to keep looking through my reality through that lens. Attention is like in a magnifying glass. Now, I want you to think about that. what I focus on is like a magnifying glass, okay? It intensifies what it is directed towards. So we all know what a magnifying piece of magnifying glass looks like, right? So we are looking at something in our life, we're observing it, right? And we take the magnifying glass and we hover over it, and it's going to increase whatever it is, it's going to enlarge it, whatever it is we're looking at it, and magnify it. Okay, so if those what we're focusing on are fears and doubts, limiting beliefs, anger, frustration, envy, competition, just a few to mention, right? So it is going to grow in prominence in our world, in our reality, because the attention is going to magnify those, and it's going to have those grow in prominence within our world, within our reality. The universe will amplify the energy that's being so right. What we say is energy flows to where attention goes. So the universe will amplify it as we project this. So if we then have that mask on, that the lens we're looking through is we're putting our attention on what we want, what we intend to have in our life, health, positive, healthy relationships. And it starts with ourself. The relationship within ourself produces the relationships that we have external to us, the people we draw to us. If we focus on that, then that intensifies that, okay? So consciousness actively reinforces its presence in the explicit order, or the visible world. So our visible world is actively being reinforced by our consciousness, the way we respond, our being conscious of our world at each moment versus acting unconsciously. So, the other thing I want to talk about here is the thought. Between thought and manifestation, our intention is the bridge between the thought and the manifestation that we have in our world. So these are the different areas that Dr. David Bohm spoke about, that when we can adopt these principles into our life, when we take these instructions and we apply it towards our life, we change the lens of which we see our life through, everything, and I mean everything, is guaranteed to come into your life, because it already is coming into your life. Just by virtue of the fact that you're here watching this video, if for any reason you're watching this is to change something in your life, then you've already manifested what it is that you want to change. So it already is working. It has always worked. It always will work. I would like for you to think of yourself as you change this thinking, the people, the events, and the circumstance, or not circumstances, but the people, the events, the serendipities, the opportunities are now coming to you. You are drawing them to you as you're watching this video, because it cannot be any other way. The universe is already bringing it to you. The only thing that will prevent it from that being externalized in your world is your belief, is the emotions, the perceptions, the assumptions, and the definitions you have of yourself. I want to leave you with one affirmation to take with you for today and for the rest of your life. It's from Neville Goddard. It says, "I did it, I'm doing it, and I will continue on doing it until that which I have done," because remember, the creation is already finished. So that which I have done is perfectly externalized in my world, in my reality. So this is how we can have whatever it is we want manifested in our world, guaranteed. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I will see you again the next time. If any of you are new to the channel, welcome. Any returning subscribers, thank you very much for returning back. And please do me a favor and share this video, because the more people that see this around the world, the healthier and the more prosperous we can make each individual person and collectively the whole universe. If any of you would like to have any specific one-on-one talk coaching in any of these areas, go to my channel, click on the link, and I'd be happy to coach you in any area you would like. Thank you.